Hey everyone. So today we are wood graining the piece, the first step. So with this step, what we'll do is I'm going to take the Tennessee Whiskey Smoky Gel Stain by Lily Moon Paint. And I have a blue sponge and you can get this on Lily Moon's website. You can also get it on Dixie Bella's website, but and I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. But I'm gonna put the stain onto the foam applicator, drag it down in a line, and then what I will do after that, I have wood graining tools. I think I was um, testing out the sizes. I think I'm gonna try this size, and these I just got off of Amazon. So I think I'm going to try this first and do kind of a combination of these two. Um, this I just think is, at first I was thinking just this, but I think it's a little too small. So I'm going to do this um, for most of it, and then I will use this for kind of the edges. Um, because with the size of the piece, like it's hard to get exact um, none of the wood graining tools, like, I can do an even number. It's like some of it's going to be coming off of it. And so the way this works is I'm going to do it one swipe at a time, essentially. So I will put the stain on here. I will go down with the stain, and then I will take the wood graining tool and go down with the wood graining tool. Um, the nice thing about this is, if you, from the videos I've watched, and I've watched several different people do it in a few different ways, it's the same general idea. It's just kind of they use different products, but it's the same process in and of itself. You put the stain on, you use a wood graining tool. If you don't like it, you can just swipe it down and redo it. And then like you just kind of restain it and then use the wood graining tool again. So I'm going to do this once. I'm going to do this on all sides of the piece except the back, because the back is getting contact paper. So I'm not going to do that part. But other than that, all of the other parts of the cabinet are going to get it. And then this will dry, and I will come back once it has fully dried and do a sorry, I was just reading just to make sure I knew how long I'm between coats. But I will let it fully dry, and then I will come back and just simply stain it itself um, on top of the wood grain. So essentially, I'm putting two coats of stain on it, but the first coat I am using the wood graining tool to create the texture of wood, and then the second will just be a stain coat. And then after that, I it does, so I will say this also does have a pigmented top coat, or have a um has a built-in top coat, but I will, for just extra durability, I will do top coats on top of the stain as well. So that's another good thing. So technically, between the all-in-one paint, so the all-in-one paint has a built-in stain. So if I was not doing anything on top of it, then technically this would be done, because I, like, it had all of it in one. Um, and then the stain itself also has a top coat in it, but just to be on the safe side, I am going to add the Lily Moon top coat on top of this. But let's get started. I'm gonna see how this goes. Y'all are seeing me try this for the first time, so um, here we go. And um, so I am show you this. I forgot to shake it up. So um, so I just have some on my applicator, and I'm just going to swipe it down. I am going to have to do a couple swipes to get the size of the wood graining tool. Um, let's see. So let's see if I can get y'all to see how it looks. I'm not sure. Let me try it again. I actually might. I'm not sure that I like. Um, um, sorry, I'm trying to decide which one I like better, and I'm not a huge fan of either one. And and I will say, so if I wasn't wood graining it, normally I would be um Um, 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 I think that might be the one. Let's see. Let's see. Um, if I was not wood graining, you do normally let the stain sit and then or wipe off kind of the extra. So let's see. Yeah, I think that might be the way to do it. So, what I did, just to explain, because it's hard to see it. So I held it kind of at an angle and just dragged it down, so that kind of this piece, you can see the stain on it, but this piece created that, it carried these lines down. Um, so now that I've done that to this side, I will then, I'm going to do it on the rest of it, and then we'll let it dry. It says 1 to 2 hours. I don't know that I'll be able to come back and do the next step in 2 hours, but even so, I might just, even if I could, I might just let it dry a little bit longer just to make sure that it's fully dry, because I want to make sure that wood graining aspect really gets set in. So, and it does look kind of weird, but it honestly does look like wood grain. So, and something to remind yourself is what you're doing, even though there's a coat of paint, there's coats of paint on it, and then now there's stain, it's supposed to look like all of these steps are to get it essentially to unstained wood. So it shouldn't look like a finished piece with this step. So it's been about 4 hours since I last recorded and did the wood graining. Um, so now it is time to apply the stain. So once again, I'm using Lily Moon Smoky Gel Stain Tennessee Whiskey color. Um, it is a water-based stain. I do have gloves on this time from the beginning just to keep my hands from getting covered in stain. What I'm gonna do with this time. So last time I applied it, and then essentially the wiping away that you normally do with the stain was done with the wood graining tool. And I used that blue sponge. This time I have a lint-free applicator pad. This one came from Dixie Belle Paint Company. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this. I'm going to specifically wipe it from the top down because I'm going to wipe along with the way I did the wood graining. And then I'm going to let it sit for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to wipe off any excess to give it, I want it to be kind of a medium color stain. So if you want a light stain, you would wipe it off after about a minute. And then if you wanted a medium stain, it's about 3 to 5 minutes. And then if you want a dark stain, maximum you would want to leave it on for about 10 minutes. So I have shaken it up. So based on what it says, and actually it says you could even apply this close to 30 minutes after the first coat. So it's been as I said, about 4 hours. So I am adding the stain to the applicator pad. And now, so this piece, this applicator, if you use an oil-based stain, it is a one-time use. But since it's what I used, since the Smoky Gel Stain Tennessee Whiskey from Lily Moon is a water-based stain, I can just use soap and water, which I actually already have ready from other brushes. to wash this out and be able to reuse this. So that is another major benefit of um, the gel-based stain.